Hello, my name is Abe and welcome back to FTL Faster Than Light. On the last run, we sacrificed ourselves for the good of unlocking the Red Tail, and today we're gonna play the ship. Only achievement left, pretty easy to do with this ship. Might be easier with the C-Type, I actually don't remember what the C-Type looks like. Have 6 unique aliens on board. Aliens? I think I said that wrong. Which means all we need is 1 extra each of NG, Rockman, plus a Slug. We're probably not going to get a Kestrel Cruiser, probably not going to get a Lanius, so that's what we're going to try to aim for. I'm going to move my crew around a little bit. I don't like necessarily having the Zoltan be in the weapons room or the shield room, because when you move him in and out of rooms, then the power situation is messed up a little bit. I also don't like him being in a room that can be easily vented, because his HP is a big concern. So I'm going to have our crew like this. Mantis, I can bring off of the shields to deal with invaders if I need to. Burst lasers, excuse me, not burst lasers, basic lasers are pretty good. They do take up a lot of power though. 4 power for 4 shots in 10 seconds. It's not bad if you consider it as a whole, but individually they're pretty good because you can always just replace them one at a time. What is going to be our priority here? Getting 35 scrap, getting the med bay upgrade. It's nothing here, unfortunately. I think if you had a sensor upgrade, you could get something from that beacon. We obviously did not, because we just started this run. Yes, I want a med bay upgrade first, just because it would be nice to get that achievement of getting 6 unique alien types aboard, and the only way we can do that is if we maximize our chances of getting free crew members, and you do that by getting the medbay upgrade up. Not obviously, but I definitely like it. Right, I turned auto fire on, so hitting the hotkey just turns it off. Did take a little bit of damage there, but that's expected. We did get sector scans. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we can get the quest beacon and then sneak around to the exit and pick up a couple more beacons along the way. I'm going down here because I definitely want to get to more combat, because right now we're strong against ships in combat. We have a lot of offensive firepower, more than we would usually have as the Kestrel or any other ship pretty much. We're basically a one-trick pony though. We don't really have anything else going for us. We have what we have, which is what we have. The cool thing about the basic laser as well is that you can kind of fire at a whole bunch of enemy systems at the same time, spreading out their repair work. You know, if the enemy's trying to get away, you can fire on their piloting system, their engines, their shields, their weapons, and their oxygen, like at the same time, preventing them from getting one person in a room to do the repair and then the other person piloting the ship, because they leave the piloting room to go repair other stuff. Probably not going to come up all that much though, because the fact is we do a lot of damage anyways. You know, so compared this to a Burst Laser Mark III, we're going to be taking out ships faster anyways. Didn't manage to land our shots before they managed to fire the missile, but luckily we did dodge. It's going to take a long time until we get some training on our crew, but that's okay. See right there, piloting and engines are now destroyed. They have no dodge chance. Can hit them in the oxygen room and the shield room. It's a pretty good setup we've got going on here. Okay, we do have enough for the med bay upgrade. That's going to be the first priority. Shields are next, 45 more scrap, and even if I have to depower the oxygen system, I'll explore the asteroid field. Even if there's a ship here, we should be pretty fine. We can just hit them once, destroy their weapon system, and then focus on their shield system. And because they have this dual shot laser, that actually fires in 10 seconds, doesn't it? Luckily though, our weapons fire faster than 10 seconds because we have someone manning the station. They fire in about 9 seconds. 4 fuel, 6 missiles. That's actually pretty good for fuel and missiles. I don't want to use a missile launcher though, but it's actually not half bad. I'm not gonna accept it. I'm not gonna accept it. I don't want to accept it. Let's just focus on their shield system so that we can get the asteroids to do some work for us. Another good thing about having the basic lasers is that your weapon skill charges really fast, because every every time you fire, you're firing 4 weapons at once. We did also get 1 missile out of that, so that's not too bad. I'm glad that we found some combat, because combat is what we're good at. We can go to the quest beacon. I forgot what kind of a quest beacon it was, but it doesn't matter. We have the medbay upgrade, so even if there is a station and we need to board it, we can drag him back to the medbay and keep him alive. We don't get a crew member out of it. You can get a free crew member if you're up to level 3 medbay, I believe, because you cure the problem that they're having with the disease aboard the station. It's okay. They're probably going to go into the piloting room, but in case they don't, I put my pilot over there. I will have to send him elsewhere to save his freaking life. But now I can open up the piloting system and stop them. No, open up the piloting system, turn off the oxygen again. I could send the Mantis over there to deal with them, but they're already dealt with. And I can keep my crew member alive just by like walking in and out of the room. Don't need to do that though. They're getting into the medbay, so just keep them alive for a second. Get the oxygen back on board. Annoying encounter because you don't get anything out of it, but in this situation we didn't lose anything. We could have. We did not though, because of the fact that we had the medbay upgrade. I usually don't get the medbay up to level 3. It doesn't take that much scrap, only 45. But I usually don't do it. In that situation, you know, we could have gotten 1 more crew, but whatever. Might as well jump downwards because we might be able to visit a couple of more combat beacons before the end of the sector. Yeah, and there's a beacon behind the exit we can jump to if we need to. So we're going to all of the ships. That's what those triangles mean. We're going to attack the Slaver Scum. I don't need to worry about this achievement anymore, which is nice. I don't need to focus it. If I don't want to buy crew, I don't have to buy crew. Because we got the Tough Little Ship achievement on the last run. This looks like a Lido, it's charging very quickly, so 1 damage. Yeah. Expected. They have no weapons anymore, so we can focus our shots on their ship. Maybe focus 2 shots on their shield system, because 1 shot will probably just bounce off. Trying to escape, they're going to give us an NG, and I am going to accept it. An NG crew member is pretty good for doing repairing, and he can also stand on the door system, providing us with a free door upgrade. I do like getting the door upgrade probably after the shields, but now that we have a free crew member, which is, you know, what would we get out of this beacon? We would get like 20 scrap max, probably, maybe some random parts and fuel. Effectively, what we got there was 40 scrap from the purchase of a crew member plus 35 scrap from the door control system upgrade. That is a good time to get a free crew member, is early on in the run on the first couple of sectors, and that was pretty good. So, basic laser charging in 10 seconds is kind of annoying because it times up well with their burst, not burst laser, with their beam. But we have enough firepower that we can actually just easily take care of the situation here. Stop their beam from firing after the laser hits our shields. Trying to escape, no thank you. Might as well just spread out our shots for no real reason. 18 scrap. So 38, not enough to get the second bar of shields, but it's 1 beacon away. I think the first fight against the Rebel Auto Scout gave us 8 scrap, and if we're lucky, we can get 12 at least on this encounter. Now I'm gonna focus on, I'm gonna split my focus. I'm gonna focus 1 and 2 on their piloting system, 3 and 4 on their weapon system. If I can take out the missile launcher, that would be lovely. It is a Lido. We did destroy 1 of their drones. We did take out their weapon system. They did manage to hit us with their missile, though, unfortunately. Okay, we destroyed their piloting system. Not piloting, but the engine system. Now we can focus back on their weapon systems. Their FTL's delayed temporarily, so our shots are going to land, and now we can refocus back on other systems of their ship. It would be nice to have the sensors upgraded, and they're not going to board us, so why don't we try to get that stuff repaired. There's 16 scraps. Now we do have second bar of shields. Even though we can't power it up, we can if we depower the engines. So it's definitely worth getting even if you can't power it up immediately. If we run into a situation where we need power in the shields, we can do it. They're going to try to give us a reactor upgrade for 21 scrap. I can't afford it. That's actually not even a good offer. I don't understand it. That's more than we pay for a reactor upgrade. Why would we ever do that? I do like the situation we've got here. Where is this, sector 5? It doesn't matter when you do this. And you know what? There is a couple of, where is it? Jump, next sector. There are a couple of nebula beacons ahead. If one of these is a slug controlled beacon, we can buy a slug there. So we can go red, 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 nebula, possible red, red. I like that. Going down, we would hit a lot of nebulas and green beacons, unfortunately. So let's go up to the Mantis controlled sector. If they board us, we have a bunch of crew members, including our own Mantis. Mantis plus human probably is what we're going to want to do for counterattacking, but we also have second level doors thanks to our NG on the door control system. So we're doing good. We're doing just fine. They're going to try to escape. They do have a heavy laser and a drone. This is the opportunity for us to get the shields online, powered up to level 2. This is what we need. Why? Because technically, as long as their drone doesn't fire twice really quickly, they can't damage us at all. It probably will end up doing that, but you know, all we need to do is delay them from escaping, and then we can take out their weapon system. And I am going to basically focus fire it. No, I'm going to use 1 and 2 on the shield system, because 1 and 2 are our front 2 lasers, I believe. I'm going to fire them out of sequence temporarily just to check. Yeah, 1 and 2 are our front 2 lasers, 3 and 4 are our back 2 lasers. So the front 2 are going to hit the enemy shields first. So even if 1 hits the shield and 1 lands, 3 and 4 will be able to come in on the engine system, and even if they dodge one of the shots, it will still land, taking out their heavy laser. Now I know we do not have oxygen. I don't care. Because now I can get the oxygen system powered up. Oxygen is temporary. Killing the enemy ship is eternal. All right, picked up a little bit of scrap there. Not a whole bunch, unfortunately. We can't buy anything. We can't upgrade anything. We're just gonna jump. Ooh, a stasis pod. If you have a clone bay, you open it. You always open it. What could be in the pod? It could be a human, I believe, and I do believe it's only human, or it could contain a mantis that kills you. So we're gonna jettison the pod. We don't need 1 more crew member. I like how it says, "You're not stupid." Because it's not about being stupid, it's about playing the odds. And if you have a clone bay, just opening it anyways, because it doesn't matter. We'll lead them to their destination, even if it's a trap. We'll be able to kill anybody trying to entrap us. And I'm gonna go up instead of down, just because I think it's gonna be a little bit better for us. I will attempt to download the data stores. We have enough shield power that we can avoid taking damage here. Probably. Chain laser takes 16 seconds to fire, single shot laser takes 1. They probably don't have a level 3 cloak, which means that we can take our time. And as long as we take the chain laser offline, I can take my shields offline and put the power back in the oxygen. Good, perfect. Now that their chain laser is offline, I can focus firing on their shield system. I'm not gonna fire immediately, I'm gonna fire immediately. The plus 10 second charge time on the weapons means that 20 seconds, or only 18 seconds would have elapsed between the time their cloak ended and now, and I might be able to actually take out their cloaking system before the next cloak. It's in the yellow anyways, so that's fine. That means they only cloak for 5 seconds instead of 10. Now let's hit them in the shields. Shields and piloting, I guess. Spread out the damage a little bit. And now that they have no dodge chance, the next attack will destroy them. And our weapons personnel is almost max level, so he's gonna have a 20% faster charge, which theoretically means 8 seconds to fire. I don't know if it's, 100% faster, I guess, is 50% of the time, because if your weapons charge 100% faster, they would charge immediately. But I don't know how the game runs its calculations. which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but hopefully it does a little bit anyways. We've got a bunch of beacons before we hit up the exit, so I'm going to take my time in going to the quest. I need to get my power. I keep forgetting to get the power system upgraded, and we're running into situations like this where we actually might take some substantial damage. Thanks to this being an asteroid field and them having a burst laser plus a heavy laser, I'm hoping we can take out the burst laser though with our first shots. Good. I still need to keep the shields powered up though because of the asteroids coming in, but, you know, again, oxygen is temporary. Now we can get the oxygen powered up. Asteroids, we can bring our shields back online relatively quickly because of the mantis. Good stuff, good stuff. That hit us, didn't it? That's kind of dumb. Unfortunately, we can't get power because I was an idiot and didn't get power on the last beacon, and these beacons are all just hazards. So I'm an idiot. I will accept that. I knew that I needed to get the power, and I just forgot. Oxygen. You know what? Our mantis can deal with him pretty easily. We're going to send Engie to help out. Double teaming him should mean that we're going to be fine here. We're going to get the oxygen powered up again. Probably won't be able to kill them, but maybe we can. Yep, killed their clone base of the mantis is now fully dead. Hit him in the shield room. This way the fires that start aboard their ship will be a ton of fires. No real reason to spread out our attacks, but why not? There we go. The fire destroyed them because they had no shields, so the solar flare did a number on them. Get the fire put out, go back into the med bay. FTL is just about recharged. Good stuff. Get the power back into the engines, and hopefully no danger. Good, good, good. Can actually spend a moment and get my ship systems back online. They only have one laser, so only one bar of shields is necessary here. They have a bomb. I would like to take it out if I can. They're gonna board us again. This is why you get your crew members sealed up between encounters. Another single mantis should be a no-brainer encounter. Good. Take out their bomb before it can land. I don't want their bomb to just cause issues. This mantis is dead, so we're gonna get our crew healed up. They're probably not gonna board us again, so I should focus on random systems aboard their ship, pretty much. I didn't check. I need to remember what the ship collector's text box that appears looks like, because I can never remember, and I don't want to run into a situation where I miss it, because it's a good encounter to remember, and this is the ship layout of that encounter, so I'm just kind of running it in my head, being like, was that the ship collector's encounter? It wasn't, I don't think. Okay, get the power, don't be an idiot. 49 scrap, we can get some more stuff upgraded. Let's get the dodge chance upgraded because it's super, super cheap, and the extra 5% is very handy to have. We're gonna go to a few more beacons. We can jump around before we hit up the exit, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then go from there. We could also go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're just gonna go quest, and then we'll swing up around the exit. 5 hull points repaired for free, and a store. Makes me feel like a fool for spending my money just a second ago, because I would have definitely liked to buy some more weapons. Burst Laser Mark 1, one more power for one more shot for one more second. It's not bad. It's a pretty good upgrade over the one of the basic lasers that would allow us to have 5 shots. Whatever, let's buy 2 fuel and then keep jumping. So from that quest beacon, we basically just got back up to full health. We didn't take too much damage, but in fact, I don't even remember if we did take any damage. I'm kind of blanking on what our ship looked like a second ago. They only have 1 laser, literally. It's a good sign for us because it means that we should be able to take out their weapon system with only a single hit. And now that they have no weapons, hopefully they won't be able to hit us when our shields go down, because they will go down As did the medbay. Luckily, our weapons are still online. Let's fire all throughout their ship and keep them busy. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Double fire on their weapon system, just in case. Just in case. Then we'll do 3, 4. Shields did not come back online, but luckily the ionization was not that bad. Warlord, just like some generic, can I go to stats? No, it's just some generic achievement of like, destroyed 10,000 ships across all runs or something like that. It's a good achievement though, good milestone. With 1 bar of shields, I will jump away just so that we can speed it up a little bit. We should be able to get the shields back online as long as we don't jump to an asteroid field. Jumping to a solar flare is very annoying, however. We need to get these people sucked out into space as quickly as we can. Try to keep them occupied a little bit. They're going to try to get into the door control room. They're now in the door control room, so I'm going to flee into the piloting room. Good, now they're going into the medbay. That's exactly what I wanted. We're ready to go, but I'm just going to let my crew kill them really quickly. Good stuff. I'd like to get the Mantis trained up more than anyone else, so these guys can go back to their rooms, except for the Mantis, who's gonna finish the job, but get his combat training up. Just in case I want to use him later, we can use him a little bit more efficiently as a combat fighter. Bad beacon, but, you know, you don't know that going in. Unless you have a long-range scanners, then you do know. We'll go looking for the ship because we're already at the exit and we didn't find the ship, so that's very unfortunate. Zoltan Homeworlds. I think we go to the Zoltan Homeworlds. Normally I don't like doing it, but if I can find the Peace Envoy, get a Zoltan Super Shield, it would be amazing. We don't have, oh, we do have a Zoltan, so we might even be able to get some special blue event options. They probably wouldn't do all that much, but maybe we could. Okay, just a simple auto scout ship with a enemy combat drone, which is very annoying. We're gonna focus fire entirely on their drone system. Hopefully we can take it out. We're gonna hopefully get a lot of shield training, but I don't like these drones. You know what, let's fire on their weapon system first, because I don't necessarily mind all that much them having that drone on us. Well, now I do, because our shields are down. Shit. Get that repaired ASAP. Yep, here comes the damage from the drone. Shields are still wounded slightly. Yeah, that was annoying that they hit us in the shield room, but there's not much we can do about that. I mean, I could have fired on their drone system and then their weapons wouldn't have been able to hurt me as much, but we only took 1 point of damage from that, I think. No, 2. 2, 1 from the laser and then 1 from the beam. That's okay. It's not bad. Just fire randomly aboard this enemy ship. Take them out. And our crew member is now fully trained up on weapons, which is nice. He was trained up earlier, I just forgot, didn't mention it. We're gonna get everybody healed up as well, just because we took a couple of points, a couple of hits on the shield room, and I don't like having my Mantis not at full health. If I need him to do some attacking, I want him to be ready. Okay, nothing there. 41 scrap. Is there anything we can buy? Not really. I'd rather save scrap and maybe go to a store. Maybe now, maybe in the future, it depends. Peace Envoy, hear them out. Continue, continue. Quest beacon is over here. We are going to beeline that in a moment. There's a lot of nebulas that we can explore. I like having nebulas to explore. So I kind of want to go distress store and then head over to the quest beacon. Why? Buy fuel at the store. Going to nebulas usually takes a lot of fuel. We will promise to help. We have an NG so we can remotely repair it and get 29 scrap. Might as well go to this store. One store is as good as the other right now, for the most part. Drone control system with a defense drone would be a smart purchase. Repair arm is not that good. At least I don't like it. There's no weapons. So if we're going to buy something, it is going to be drone control, and we can't afford it, so we're not going to be buying anything. Instead, we're going to buy fuel. I'm going to buy all their fuel because, again, the nebulas usually do take up a lot of scrap. A lot of fuel, excuse me. Participate in their study, help or being held hostage. We have a couple of invaders, but it's just Zoltan. Zoltans are pretty easy to fight off. Just open up the ship, and as soon as they start moving, we pause. Oh, they have another Zoltan. Well, you're gonna be easy. And you guys are already being deadified, and in fact, I can just have the Mantis meet you in the med bay and kill you. So this should be pretty easy. The Zoltan going into the door room might be a bit of a problem, but I think the Engie could actually take the Zoltan on one-on-one. So we're gonna see if that's true. He's actually trying to leave the med bay, as weird as that sounds. I don't know where he's going. It looks like they're all trying to go into the med bay now, which is fine with me. Open up the piloting room just so that our crew member gets a little bit of oxygen in the door room, but we can turn on the oxygen system actually. So they did fire the flak. It looks like they did get it repaired very quickly. Ooh, crap. Okay, you know what? Oxygen off, medbay on. I'm glad they didn't hit the medbay with the flak, because it could have actually killed our crew member, which would have been really bad. Oh, I know what happened. They just moved their power around. Because I looked as soon as our weapons hit and their flak was offline, but I guess they moved Zoltans around the room, and that caused them to redistribute their power. Okay, I need to get the O2 system online. That's my mistake. Don't fire on the oxygen system, fire on their shield system instead. You can go in the shield room. Yeah, see now they're moving power around a little bit more with their Zoltans, and so their power distribution got a little bit whacked up. It's kind of weird how that works aboard the AI ships anyways. They also have redundant power in their shield system, so even though we hit them once, that was not enough to actually take their shields offline, which is a bit annoying. But there we go, now they have no shields. And our weapons fire very quickly, so they are dead. They're not going to get another shot off. But their flak, excuse me, that's what I meant. 18 scrap, a combat drone, which is very nice. Now, I should probably beeline the exit so we don't have to fight rebel ships there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to jump into the nebula. Before I go, though, let's get one sensors upgrade. Because there are beacons in the nebula where if you have second level sensors, I believe you can avoid bad stuff. Could get the piloting upgrade. It's a pretty good upgrade to get, and we're pretty early. We're pretty strong, so let's do that now. As far as blue events go, I think the only piloting blue events are in ion storms and abandoned sectors. Attempt to follow and help them. We get a Rockman crew member. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different species aboard. That's quite nice. Rockman is usually a pretty good member to have on the shield room, but unfortunately we don't have a Mantis is already trained up on shields, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. So I'm just going to use him as a double repairman with, or a combat man with the Mantis or repairman in case we have, you know, fires or breaches. They have a lot of health, rock people, so they're pretty good at that. Might as well have you go into the sensors room as well. You know what? No. Rockman's gonna be in the shield room. It means that the 47 hits that we've taken on the shields already is gonna go to waste, but I do like the idea of having the Rockman here because he's right next to the med bay. He's super slow, so I like having rock people next to the med bay, and we can still have the Mantis on these sensors. So you know what? That's what we're gonna do. Go to a couple of beacons before the quest, I guess. 34 scrap. Do we need to buy anything? No. Save scrap. Maybe buy something at the store next time. Next time we find one anyways. So there's nothing here. The reason why you go through a lot of fuel at Nebula is because there's a lot of empty beacons, because they don't want to just have Nebulas be purely beneficial, because the enemy rebel fleet progresses much slowly through a nebula. Okay, we're not going to take any damage here. They fired their weapons very much out of sync, so I'm actually going to completely ignore their weapon system and fire on their piloting and cloak instead. It's going to take a minute until our weapons power up. That's fine. As long as they don't fire their beam before their lasers, or as long as they fire their beam before their lasers, I should say, we're perfectly fine. Extra 26 scrap is nice. Go to the quest beacon. We can either get from this beacon the super shield or the Zoltan that is fully maxed out and everything. Attempt to hail them. Reconciliation of our deals without war. True progress can only be achieved without bloodshed. We get the envoy. Oh, god damn it. How do you get the super shield? I want the super shield, not another crew member. What are we gonna do with this guy? We're gonna have him in the shield room, I guess, because he's already super trained. And I was just complaining a minute ago about the Mantis not being very useful in the sensors room because that training would go to waste. Well, now we kind of have that situation resolved, don't we? It's still a good thing to have. We picked up a lot of scrap. We have a free crew member. But really, I was hoping for the super shield. You're always hoping for the super shield. All right, another bit of combat here. Can't block this missile. We didn't have enough scrap to buy the drone control system at the last store, so we're just gonna have to grin and bear it and hopefully get a lucky dodge here. They did fire the missile, and it did land. It is a Artemis, so it did do 2 damage. Whatever. The good thing about that is that it means that they will not be able to power it up with only 1 bar of weapon power, so if they ever get their weapons repaired, I can just attack their weapon system and destroy the missile launcher before it really activates again. And I'm focusing on random rooms because it doesn't really matter what we focus on, honestly. You know what? While we have time, I'm going to do some cross-training with the Rockman. Because we have a human already, so if I do need to get rid of a crew member in the future, it's going to be Giles. So if I can get Naomi a little bit of free training on weapons whenever I can, I'm going to do that. And you can get training very fast with the basic lasers. She's already at 8. Next will be 12, and then 16, and whatever. All right. Might as well have the Mantis on the sensors then, and Rockman can hang out in the weapons room and jump on whenever we are in a good situation where we don't need, where we're not going to take any damage, basically. And I can go to one more beacon before the exit. It kind of doesn't look like it, but I do believe we can do so. If I mess up, then we're going to have to fight the ASB, but whatever. The Great Eye, leave. Don't like the Great Eye. It only brings pain, and sometimes a healing burst, and that's pretty much it. Hail them! Okay, it is just a Zoltan ship. It sucks that they have a missile launcher because they're going to get their missile launcher fired a couple of times before we can break through their super shield. There's nothing I can do about it. If every shot lands literally from our next 2 barrages, we could take it down before they hit us, but we missed 3 shots, which is actually very bad, very detrimental to us. Okay, as expected though, let's get that repaired ASAP. As expected though, we took out their Zoltan shield in a couple of shots, and I am going to get the basic laser charged before we fire again. Everyone go back to your rooms. We're going to take a lot of damage here. Shields got hit once. The shields don't matter all that much because why? Because they don't have any lasers. They just have the single ion. Good, we took out the missile launcher. Unfortunately, our shots landed just as the missile launcher got powered up, or excuse me, powered down, and that caused the Lido to get powered up because this is a heavy ion. It takes 2 power, the Lido takes 1. But fortunately for us, they actually moved their Zoltan into the weapons room to do the repairing, which caused a power fluctuation in their ship, and their power is forcibly in their first weapon slot, which I believe is this weapon here. As a result, their Lido is not powered up. So I believe that it's good for us because it means that we can just leave them in there, wait them out, and fire on their shield system first. And if we can land some shots, take out their shields so that we can kill them a little bit faster here. Okay, they got the ion repaired, that's fine. They're getting the shields repaired now, which means they have no dodge chance, which means I'm gonna go heavy on their weapon system, hopefully take it out. Good, and we started a fire, so he is not gonna have a good time. Can we kill their crew? Depends on what this fire does. Their shields are back online, fire has spread. They're gonna get into the med bay. So we fire on their med bay, kill the Zoltan in there. He's still trying to put out the fire. Okay, he managed to put out the fire, unfortunately, so we're just gonna have to kill the ship. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. We picked up a small bomb, plus a lot of scrap. That's quite nice. A small bomb is a rather unfortunate weapon for us to pick up because it doesn't really help us all that much, but it's good to sell. Why is it bad to pick up right now? Because we're not gonna use it. We already have lasers. If we take off a laser, we're just gonna replace it with a bomb, and the bomb, let's take a look at it. Takes 13 seconds to charge. It does do 2 system damage, so theoretically it does more system damage, but I still like having the basic lasers up. You know, why mess with the system that we've got going on right now? We could go to NG Homeworlds, which would not be the worst option for us. However, we could also go to a pirate-controlled sector and potentially get more crew members, but we don't need more crew members. NG Homeworlds could net us the titanium system casing. I think I'm gonna go to the pirate-controlled sector because there's nebulas ahead of us, and if I can pick up a slug, I can get the other achievement. And that's kind of the only reason why I'm doing it. I mean, there is another reason, which is we would expect to get more payout from this sector than the NG sector. Theoretically, even if we got the titanium system casing. So I don't know. We're gonna try. We're gonna try this sector. Intruders on board. Oh, how I abhor the intruders on board. Open up all doors, close out the shield room, close out the med bay. Power up the med bay, let them come to me. There's only 3 of them, so that's pretty good for us. NG can get out, Rockman can go in because he's gonna be my other combat personnel if I get a teleporter at some point in the future. The rest of my crew can get healed up. Trying to sneak him in so we can get just a little bit of healing done. Just gonna put my crew in the middle of the ship so that when I hit the go back to rooms button, they all get to their rooms at about the same time. Close all doors, get the power redistributed, and we're done. Jump to the next unexplored nebula beacon. There is a ion storm, and this is one of, if not the only beacons outside of the abandoned sectors that having second level piloting gives you stuff. In this case, it gave us a crew member, which, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world because it is another crew member. It's someone else who we can use to do stuff for us. We also got the scrap, and we also didn't lose someone because you can lose crew members from that encounter if you don't have the piloting upgrade and you explore it, unless you have the clone bay, because the clone bay will just bring them back to life. We're gonna attack because we don't need a Rockman anymore. We have one. If you're gonna offer me a slug, I will accept it. But until then, you are going down. We need to get the power redistributed across our ship. We only really need 1 bar of shields, but we don't really have a reason not to power up the shields all the way. Their missile scares the shit out of me, by the way. It does look like it is a breaching missile, so we need to take that out ASAP. You're fine in the med bay. You can get that repaired. In fact, I'm gonna send Walker because Ken right now, he's a good repairman, but he's also not really worth all that much to us right now. They have a lot of fires aboard their ship, and their crew is actually severely wounded. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4 might be able to kill their crew. Their Mantis is still alive, their Zoltan is still alive, but 1 more shot at both of them will kill them, so 1, 4. Try to kill that Zoltan. Nope. Did kill the Mantis though. Keep their weapons offline. We're not gonna be able to kill the crew because the Rockman is he's not taking damage from the fire, basically. I can hit him in the oxygen room and maybe kill him that way, but probably not. Yeah, they have a multi-powered oxygen system anyway, so this is not gonna work. Yeah, it's okay. Should have had the Rockman man the system because, again, Giles is possibly getting let go in the future. We're doing pretty good on scrap, so let's get the third bar of shields online. Always good to get because then we will take less damage in the future, and I can escape this area of the map without having to backtrack. Which for a second there I thought I would have to backtrack, but luckily I don't have to. Oh, you're so dead. He's in there just because, and he's gonna kick your ass. Now this does mean our weapons are gonna charge a little bit slower, but they are fast enough that we can hit them in their weapon system and take them offline. He's now dead, so everyone go back to your rooms, except for Rockman, who's gonna go into the med bay. I did forget to put my crew members in their rooms a moment ago, but you know, that's on me. Hopefully the fire can kill them, but Engis are pretty good at putting out fires, so probably not. So instead, let's just knock them around a little bit. Surrender for 5 missiles. No thanks. I have 30 missiles. I didn't realize that. That's a lot of missiles. Go back to your room. In fact, you man the system temporarily, and you give the finishing blow. We're gonna have to wait, you know, anyways, for the shields to come back online. It's gonna take another iteration here. I should have just powered the shields offline. I'm not gonna jump with only 1 bar of shields. I'm not gonna do it. Piloting system is offline, that's okay. 2, 3, okay, this is probably when we're gonna leave. Yeah, we're gonna get the power back online. Okay, we have 1 bar of shields. Shields are coming back online. We don't have weapons quite when we should, but that's okay. We'll come online in about 2 seconds. Scan the wreckage. We get some good stuff. That's why sometimes you have the second level piloting and sensors when you can afford it early on, because you sometimes get blue options, and blue options are nice. Crew teleporter. Having a Mantis and a Rockman teleport aboard the enemy ship could be quite good. There is no other crew available for sale. We're gonna sell the combat drone. We're gonna sell the small bomb. Yes. Crew teleporter. Mind control. Hacking. Reverse ion fields, fire suppression, life form scanner. I like crew teleporter. I do. Are we gonna get it? We can. We can afford it. We're not getting any weapons, unfortunately, at these stores, which is kind of mind-boggling. And I know I just sold the small bomb, but that's not what I mean. I mean like guns, beams, lasers, hell, missile launchers even, because I don't necessarily need to do system damage with a small bomb because it doesn't do hull damage. If it did hull damage, I'd do it. If it was a breaching bomb, I would probably keep it because breaching bombs are kick-ass. Crew teleporter, crew teleporter, crew teleporter. Let's get the crew teleporter. We have 8 crew members. We can use it to help deal with enemy ships. Let's get it. I am gonna upgrade it once. Just in case it gets hit with an errant blast, it won't be taken offline permanently. I will get 1 more bar of power. Actually, hold on. Jump. No store. I'll get 1 more bar of power so we can keep it up powered up to level 2. And now, Rockman and Mantis, you're gonna be our invaders. Ken, stick around, buddy. You're gonna be manning the sensors so that we can actually see what's gonna happen aboard the enemy ship before we board them. All right, don't get my crew killed. Listen to their offer for combat. I will accept your offer. Severely damaging your ship will pay you as long as you just don't kill them all. So nervously as they direct you to a nearby moon. I think you can do this by killing the crew. But I know that if you don't kill the ship, but you make them surrender, then you actually do get a weapon out of this, I believe. So it's kind of weird. I don't really know exactly how to do this situation right now. I'm gonna board them. I'm gonna board them in the shield room. I'm gonna board them in the engine room. Kill their NGs, hopefully, and then just deal damage to them the old-fashioned way. Or kill their crew, I don't know. We'll see. Their NG decided to board us. All right, well, if you really want to board us with one NG, I'll just fight you in here. Hopefully they have no dodge chance since they have no pilot. They do have a dodge chance, auto dodge. So luckily we have the third bar of shields. They won't be able to penetrate our shields. And we're gonna see what happens if you kill the crew, because that's what we're doing. You think it best not to return to the settlement. Here's the thing though, is that they retreated nervously behind the moon. Doesn't that mean that they explode? Or is that another encounter? I thought this was the encounter where they explode violently if you kill the ship and destroy it. I don't know. Whatever. We got some scrap out of it. It's fine. I've learned. You know what? I want to know. I want to know. FTL, don't kill them all. Settlement mercenary work. Pirate ship. No, that's what? So it's a different event because it says that they hide behind the moon nervously, but I guess it's a different event. They say nervously as they direct you to a nearby moon. Okay, you know what it is? I misread the damn thing. Haha, figures. Okay, so it's not they nervously hide behind a moon, it's they nervously point you to the moon. I read very quickly and apparently not very well. So that's what happened there. Okay, we got it, folks. We're gonna board them in the engine room because it takes their pilot away, and without a pilot, maybe we can sneak in some shots and kill them. I'm actually not gonna do that. I'm just gonna let my crew kill their crew because there's no point. If I shoot them, their shields will go down, maybe we'll take some damage. Instead, why don't I just let my crew do the work for me. There we go, they're dead, 22 scrap. All right. Get them healed up. Wait, still waiting for the FTL drive to charge, so, you know, getting my crew healed up isn't really wasting that much time. There's a lot of beacons behind the exit, so I am going to try to swing around behind the exit, going this direction, I think. We might have to fight a rebel ship, but I think it's worth it because we are going to be rather strong-ish, and we should be able to deal with the enemy ships at the rebel beacon. Hacking sensors is fine. We saw aboard the enemy ship. I should board them, definitely. And I will board them in their oxygen system because there's a crew member right next to it. And of course, they put their NG away, but in the end, we still managed to hit the NG and the weapon room. Their missile launcher is still online, unfortunately, so they're going to get a shot off on us. Hit us in our weapons room, which means we can't damage them right now. So I need to get my crew in there ASAP. We might be able to kill their crew entirely, though. So there's that. You jerks! You absolute jerks. Mantis should be fine. It might be a little bit risky, but hopefully he'll be fine. What I could do is just send more crew aboard. So let's do that. Send them in there, send my crew in there, and then hopefully we can kill the last guys remaining. There we go. Hermes missile launcher. So that's what I was wanting earlier. We need to get stuff repaired. We took a lot of damage there. That sucks. Mostly just because they hit me for 2 in my weapon system, and then from there I couldn't actually take out their weapons anymore. But we got a Hermes. Let's check this out. 3 missile damage for 3 power. We have the, no, we don't have the cash even to get it online. We need to get 2 more bars of power. It's a good weapon to have. It does a lot of damage. It fires relatively quickly at 14 seconds. I would definitely like to get it powered up if I can. get rid of one of the basic lasers. Hermes, their shield system, take out a couple bars, and then the basic lasers can do some good work. Or something. Alright, everyone back to where they belong. Yes, 93 scrap. Gonna save it. I will have to go to fight through the rebels if I don't press on. But I kind of do want to fight the rebels. I feel like we're in a good position here. We can go to some additional beacons, at least one more beacon by going this way, so let's try it. Aid the civilian ship. I like aiding the civilian ship because you can double dip in the rewards. We're gonna board them in their engine room. There's only 2 crew members here, so we should be able to kill them. And that is a breaching missile, which is actually unfortunate, but hopefully we kill them before their breaching missile fires. We will get one more shot off before that happens. And if enough of our shots land, we can hopefully take it offline permanently. Good. Good stuff. Good stuff. The crew is dead. They have a clone base. We're gonna have to shoot on that. There we go. A lot of scrap rewards from that. It was about like 70 or something. No store. I like the fact that we can get the 6th bar of engines because it means that we can get through the rebel fleet without getting hit by any ASBs. So I like leaving that open as an option for us. So I'm not going to spend scrap right now. I'm just going to save it. We're doing pretty well. There's nothing there. We can go to a couple more beacons here. Hail them. It is a Zoltan ship. They do have a missile launcher. I can't board them as long as they have their super shield up. So this is going to be another situation where we take a little bit of damage. It looks like that is a Lido. No, it is an Artemis. That's really bad because it means we're going to get hit for a lot of damage. I am going to board them. I need them to stop shooting me, basically. Hopefully they don't hit me in the teleporter room. No, hit us in the sensor room. We're going to get that repaired. Their Artemis is still online, unfortunately, because that was a heavy ion, so it did have 2 HP, basically. Oh, and that shot missed, so their missile launcher is still there. You know, I know you're wounded, but can you stay there for just a second longer? Okay, took out their weapon finally. Let's get everybody healed up. Got hit for like 6 points of damage there or something, which is kind of a lot. Get everybody healed up and we'll send them over again. Hit them in the med bay. It's in the yellow, so if I can get it into the red, that would be nice. We're gonna go back to rooms. Yeah, they'll get that repaired in a second. Hit him in the med bay, hit him in the med bay. No, it's still in the yellow, so probably just gonna have to destroy the ship. I can beam back aboard them and keep them busy for a moment. We're gonna do that. They have their missile launcher back online. They have all their weapons back online, so we will get hit one more time probably before we can kill them. I'm not gonna fire it because if I fire, we'll kill the crew, or our crew aboard their ship. I gotta wait for the teleporter to come back online. And now they're dead. So we took a lot of damage there, but there wasn't really much I could have done to prevent that. Makes me actually kind of nervous about going up against the rebel ships. And really, it was just dodge chance that did it in for us there because their frickin' missile launcher. I think it only missed once, which is honestly decent odds considering we only had like a 29% dodge chance. So let's get some more reactor power, and let's get power into our own dodge chance. Now we have 42. Probably would have saved us some damage, don't you think, if we had that earlier? Oh boy, intruders on board, how lovely. I hate this. What do we do, what do we do? You guys, okay, you guys go into the med bay, you go into the med bay. You guys go into the shield room, we open all doors except for the med bay, the shield room, and the door. And the piloting room. Okay, these guys are gonna get screwed. They're gonna be like, oh, we're going into the shield room. Close all the doors, split them up a little bit. They're gonna go into the shield room so I can micro my crew around a little bit. Keep the humans in the room with them. And as soon as they get substantially wounded, actually what I should do is get the power on. get the humans out, and the Zoltans. They're gonna go all into the oxygen room, and Mantis is fully trained. Rockman isn't, so you know what? Rockman is gonna get the kills here. Even if Rockman has to go into the medbay temporarily. We can power it up a lot. They're now in the engine room, that's fine. They're not gonna destroy our engines, we have a ton of engine power. Rockman's gonna get healed up and get that combat experience, because the Mantis is fully leveled up. Mantis doesn't get anything by killing more people. Everyone else is at full health, I believe. Naomi, 4 out of 8, now 5 out of 8, and now 6 out of 8. So we're gonna go back to your rooms, except for you, and the NG is gonna help with the repairing. Okay. Now this is the jump of faith. We have to go to the exit beacon, which is behind enemy lines. It's gonna be kind of annoying, but hopefully we can deal with it. I will depower the oxygen in order to power up the teleporter, just in case we have to retreat from this combat. They have a teleporter. We're gonna beam aboard their engine room, lower their dodge chance, and auto-fire everything we have. All 4 shots have to land, so that's kind of sucky, but it is what it is. They're boarding us. I'm going to get every crew member into the shield room. Except for Zoltan. Zoltan's gonna stay there. Engi's gonna help out though. In fact, Engi's gonna take up Zoltan's slot. No, not like that. No, don't open the door. So dumb. You go there, you go there. That's what I want. So you know what? Get the oxygen back online. Open all doors. Shield room is not dying. Good. Shield's powered. Okay. Now, their crew is gonna die. That's to be expected because they have a clone made. They don't really care if their crew dies. Everyone go back to your rooms. They're firing their lasers. They're not firing their lasers at the same time, so I can get the oxygen powered up slightly. Our crew is doing a good job. Our weapons, you know, they've been firing, but they've been missing. Crew is gonna get a couple more kills here. And we're gonna escape. ASB missed. I don't know why we actually did not charge the FTL fast enough. I guess it's because our piloting system is wounded. We're gonna go to the rock homeworlds. There's 2 nebulas ahead of me, and I do believe we can potentially get the slug home nebula or slug controlled nebula once we jump ahead. So what we're gonna do now is just get everybody healed up. It's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a minute. Everybody who is wounded gets healed, including you. Just gotta micromanage slightly. We're very wounded. I would like to pick up some healing on this floor if at all possible. Hopefully, I was gonna say hopefully there's no store immediately. Hopefully it's at the end of the sector. And of course, it's right here, but I can go to a couple of beacons before we go to the store. And as long as we don't fight a ship with a ton of really nasty missiles, we should be fine. Traded 2 missiles for 6 fuel is good. Good lord. You know what? Just go to the store, repair a couple of times, sell a weapon. Sell the boarding drone. They have a drone control system with a defense drone, can't afford it. Unless I sell the Hermes, which I still can't afford it, so you know what? Just gonna ignore that. Backup battery is good to have, I'd like to buy it. So we will. Heal up a little bit. I could sell the Hermes. I kinda wanna use it though, in the future. I don't normally use missile weapons, but I think this is a good opportunity to do so. Can't really sell anything else, unfortunately. So we're just gonna do that much healing and jump forward.